What's up, y'all? It's Trill 3L's Trillion Dollar Man. So DNA versus Big Kannon. Big Kannon versus DNA. Fire battle. Before I get into the recap, I want to say shout out to ARP for putting on a dope event, man. Fire. I'm gonna watch like some of the other battles after this. But what I want to say about this battle and Big Kannon, when you watch this battle, Big Kannon is the perfect example of someone who can have a crazy round. The rest of the rounds are pretty solid. Nothing that was really weak at all, and you can still lose because your opponent has an even better performance, a crazier performance. That your opponent's bars resonated with the crowd more. Now, getting into Big Cannon's his first stanza was fire. If you don't know what a stanza is 4 bars. So his first 4 bars, fire, sprinkled throughout the round. Especially in the beginning of his round, he had some references towards DNA's mom. An angle that's been taken before by other battlers who's battled DNA, but I still thought it was executed pretty well. But all of Big Cannon's first round, you pretty much sum it up and just said crazy energy, wild punches. That's how I sum up his first round. Getting into DNA's first round, he freestyled. That's something that we're going to expect from DNA, so it's not really a surprise. I like his references. He had an NFL scheme, ESPN scheme. Said something about 30-30 reference. I can't remember the exact line, but I thought it was dope. But what I like mostly about his first round and the whole battle, DNA switched up his style a little bit, man. DNA didn't have all of those like bars. And what I mean by that is he didn't have bars like, he didn't have bars where he's saying to strap black like boots, or, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have bars where he relates one word with an object or an event by saying like. You know what I'm saying? He took out the word like from majority of his bars where he would usually insert that and switched up the style a little bit. And that's what I liked about it, because with DNA is every time I start to like DNA's performances, after a few battles, I feel like his style gets old, and then it takes a while for him to like reinvent his style and change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But this DNA is pretty much the DNA that was the DNA against Gems. The same energy that he has when he's doing his 2-on-2 battles with K Shine, I thought it was dope. So first round, DNA got that first round. Second round, Big Kannon rebuttals. You know what I'm saying? We all know he can rebuttal. But now to get back to DNA's first round. DNA's first round, he had humor. He was joking on Big Kannon a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he had an ill construction scheme. So when he was going into his humor, he was talking about Danger Zone's boots, Big Cannon's attire, and then he related to how they look like they could be construction workers, and then he had his whole construction scheme. Like, I thought that was dope, like to be able to take certain topics and make a whole scheme out of it, because a lot of battlers, they'll take a topic just so they can have a scheme and show that they can scheme and not execute it well. But I thought this was executed perfectly. That's another reason why he got that first round. Now, getting back to the second round from Big Kannon, top of the second, Big Kannon had some rebuttals. What I liked about his second was he imitated DNA's style pretty good, talking about how DNA, all he does is take current events and execute it how DNA flips it. I can't really get to it, but I thought that was dope. I thought he mocked that pretty well. I like Danger Zone's. Not Danger Zone. I like Big Cannon's wordplay. Like, his word association was ill, and he tried to like expose his living situation with Charlie Clips and Born. Like, I thought it was alright. It wasn't bad, but just skipping to DNA second round. DNA obviously had the rebuttals. You know what I'm saying? He rebutted how Big Kannon tried to not expose yet, or pretty much expose his living situation. I thought it was dope how he rebutted that. Um, and he rebutted Big Cannon's rebuttals. That was fire. DNA had humor. You know what I'm saying? He had like a few name flips. He didn't have too many name flips, but the name flips that he had were crazy. He took Big Cannon, Big K, Big T. So he said like in battle rap there's a Big Cannon, Big K, Big T. He said something, I got the Big Cannon or the Big K under this Big T. Like it was fire. Like he just had a lot of like good clever bars. Now second round DNA, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And obviously before I even break down the third round, y'all already know DNA got that third round, man. But what I will say about this, Big Cannon's third round. His third round, he started it off with a rebuttal, right? But his rebuttal didn't really work, you know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm going into saying, that he had I feel like his first was pretty much crazy. Second round was good, solid, not too crazy, but it was like, yo, fire second round. Third round, in the beginning, kind of this is what caused him to get 3-0, because his third round, his rebuttal didn't work in the beginning. You see the crowd wasn't really feeling it. He had slight humor, and just some of his bars didn't really connect. Now, when what I liked about his third round, he was talking about how DNA is repping the NFL, which is a racist corporation. Basically, just talking to him. He had a crazy, like, his haymakers were like real haymakers, so it was like a crazy punch, but it's real talk. You know what I'm saying? He's explaining something to him. He's just a real situation. You know what I'm saying? But and I like that, because the point of view that he brung to it, talking about how DNA, K-Shine, they're with the NFL or ESPN deal, but they don't care about us. Like how he broke it down, I understood what he was saying, and I pretty much agreed with him. But just because you talking to a person in a round and you execute it well, doesn't mean it's enough for you to win that round. Especially when we have somebody like DNA. DNA's third round. He talked to Big Cannon too. You feel what I'm saying? He talked about Big Cannon's weight issues, and then he basically he equated to he said Big K needs a reality check, right? He said Big K had 49 battles, only 3 million views, and he's saying I'll weigh more, but I have more accolades. You know what I'm saying? But basically he's equating weight and his weight in the game. He's saying me, myself, DNA, I weigh more in the game, not in as far as your actual weight. I thought that was fire how he flipped that. Then he was talking about the guerrilla warfare league. You know, he was just saying stuff that resonated, that any battle rap fan that's watched battle rap could understand. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like, because when I was watching guerrilla warfare, them headsets that they had when they was rapping for the mics, I thought that was stupid. I thought that looked weird. You know what I'm saying? It looked off. And so everything he was saying resonated with me, because it was stuff that I thought. You know what I'm saying? I know other fans I watched battle rap thought the same thing. He had a diabetic line. He said, "What's the name? Diabetic." I pricked the finger, but he ain't the type 2. Something about fighting. I thought it was fire, though. So DNA basically 3-0, a crazy DNA performance. If you're not a fan of DNA, watching this battle when they drop it is definitely going to make you a fan of DNA. I want to see what he does on Traffic 3. Where he's battling Rum Nitty, I think. Traffic 3, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments. But he's going to spaz out on Traffic 3. You know what I'm saying? If this battle versus Big Canyon is any indication of what he's going to do in Traffic 3, it is over for his opponent, man. But DNA 3-0. Rbe Pearly Gates, man. If you want to watch some fire battles, purchase this video on demand. I'm just basing it off of this one battle right here. I know the other battles is going to be crazy, man. But Yeah, watch it, yo. Trill 3 O's, $1 Trillion Man. Comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.